Ladies and gentlemen, Six Fig Stock Trader here on YouTube. Thank you for joining. Hope you guys all like this video on Bitcoin. If you haven't already, smash that subscribe and like button. I truly appreciate it more than you know. Also hit me up on Twitter. This is where I am dropping the latest and greatest crypto interesting news, like Lego sets being worth more than gold. Seriously, that is nuts. But we are going to be talking Bitcoin, which is trading at 47,700 at the time of this video. We're down 7.5%. We are still under that $1 trillion market cap, and it seems like Bitcoin is kind of struggling so hard to really dominate above that $1 trillion market cap. So there are a few things that I like and don't like about Bitcoin. And let me start off with probably one of the most prominent things that I see at this point in time, and that is where Bitcoin is at on the daily chart. We can see that we are fighting with this 200 moving average, folks, and we are still maintaining above it. So that is great to see. We can see this conversion line, which is this red line, trading sideways underneath this baseline, and this is great to see because once we start to see this red conversion line arc upwards, then we will see price action really react quite nicely. And the fact that we have some nice long candle wick off the bottom of this bullet or bearish engulfing candle, is telling me that, hey, people are buying this dip that we've been in for the last day or two. So I do think that if we see Bitcoin maybe run to the upside, this could look good, and we might be seeing some Elliott wave theory pull us back up above the Ichimoku cloud to maybe set up for some sort of inverse head and shoulders or something like that. And you mentioned me saying inverse head and shoulders, and I think we might be seeing something like this happen. Now, here's what I don't like about Bitcoin currently is that we have this trend line that could be established like this, or we could establish a trend line like this. Just pick your poison. But we could also argue the fact that we do have this trend line here as well. And while this looks like a very nice channel, I just want to caution everybody because this could really be some sort of rising wedge that is happening, meaning the price action is squeezing up into the tip top part of the trend line. And this is never a good sign to really see. We could also be seeing price action gear up for another run before it falls. And whether or not you like it, I do believe that this could be a rising wedge pattern that we are seeing with Bitcoin right now. I'm just going to redefine this a little bit, and you can see how price action is squeezing to the upside. So we might be seeing this Elliott wave theory move to the upside, and this wick here is not lower than this wick here. So that would validate this as 0.2 to 3, 3 to 4, and we might be gearing up to see 0.4 to 5 somewhere up here, and maybe in the $75,000 range. I do hope that this is what comes of what we are seeing, because the 127 and the 161.8 levels kind of support those numbers as well. Those are common reversal points that traders will use to switch positions, meaning if they're bullish, they're going to go bearish. If they're bearish, they're going to go bullish when we hit some of these levels. So with that said, 75,000, it wouldn't surprise me to see Bitcoin come and top out at that. It wouldn't surprise me to see a wick up to the golden ratio of 161.8. In fact, I do think if that does happen, we might just see this really nice, and I shouldn't say really nice, we might see a really nice head and shoulders pattern that forms, which would be a clear indicator to get out. Because I do think that when this does happen, when this thing does crash, let's just say that Bitcoin runs up to maybe 75,000, and this is just for shits and giggles here. This is not financial or trading advice. It would not surprise me to see Bitcoin maybe retrace back down to the $37,000 level or the $27,000 level, somewhere in there. So this is what it is. Let's really take a high level look at this on the 4-hour chart. We can definitely see all this testing of this lower trend line here. In addition, let's just go ahead and throw up a good old Fibonacci channel. I like Fibonacci channels. It just kind of tells you, hey, where are things going right now? So we are definitely in this lower channel here, and we will definitely have to try to work our way back up through the rest of these channels, possibly within this direction. If we can recognize that, hey, price action has broken this lower trend line, the ecosystem of Bitcoin might be changing, and we might be seeing a further dump coming. But I do think for right now, it's just going to be playing the waiting game to see what exactly does happen. This is a head and shoulders neckline. There's no questions about it, and we may be seeing something like this occur. We may be seeing something like this occur. So if we don't get that Elliott wave theory, it's going to be a head and shoulders pattern. And I think this is really wrapping it up for Bitcoin today. So big shout out to all the Patreons. Thank you guys for supporting the channel. If you're interested in supporting the channel, it's $3 a month to get your name, YouTube channel name, or business name up on this banner. We'll see you guys all on the next video.